Hi, I'm Sister Kathy Pearson, Benedictine Sister in Bristow, Virginia. Still in quarantine, day 8. I'm going a little bit stir crazy, I have to admit. So I've had to really push myself to do what I need to do. And one of the things is to maintain my prayer life. This is really important because without it, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm connected to my community or my God. So this is really the most important thing as a religious sister. And I hope it's as important in your life as well, because we all need to stay focused on God. Now, today was the reading for the gospel, is the feeding of the 5,000 by Jesus. And St. Bernard of Clairvaux, and Give Us This Day, they used one of his homilies for our reflection. And he states that we need to go into the desert to offer ourselves to God in order to be filled with the loaves of the miracle, is what he calls that. And this is the bread of life, of course, that Jesus is for us. He's saying in the 3 days that we go into the desert, the first day is fear, and this shows us our inner darkness. In other words, for me, I've learned that I absolutely need God in my life. Without God, I really get lost. So that they call the first step of conversion. I feel like I get converted this way almost every day, to tell you the truth. Day 2, he calls a day of holiness, by which we become so refreshed in the light of God's compassion. So after we've recognized our need and our sinfulness, we go to God, and God offers us his love and compassion, which refreshes us and makes us feel healthy and well again, and not alone and not lost. So day 3 is our day of reason, which he calls when the truth is known, that God is God and we are not. I think that what this means is that we're here as to serve one another and to serve our God, to serve our Redeemer. We're not here to be gods. We are not the egocentric place of the universe. We are a piece of the universe, God. God is the creator, God is God, and we are not. Then he goes on and says that we're all to sit down, and he's using the feeding of the 5,000. The first thing Jesus asks is, when he sees they're hungry and tired, is for them to have an ability to sit down. And he tells his disciples to do that. And then he comes and he opens his hands and he blesses everything. In the gospel, of course, he blesses the bread and the fishes, and he feeds 5,000 with those 7 loaves and a few fish. Then he gives us, really what he's giving us is his life-giving bread so that we can live forever. That's what the bread of life is. That's what Jesus is offering all of us. So what I notice is he knows when they're tired, and he knows when they're hungry, and he says to his followers, his disciples, well, let's do something about it. And they say, it's too much, we can't do it. But anyway, they do because he asks them to, and because they trust him. He feels our needs too, and he asks us to sit with him, and so he can feed us. He feeds us with his love and his compassion, because Jesus is the bread of life. You know, while I'm in quarantine, I've had a lot of opportunity to sit and gaze with my Lord and listen to his voice. And I need to do this more, because this is the only way we get to be close to God. And by being close to God, we get close to knowing and understanding ourselves, and we become better people today. It's not all just about when we get to heaven. We have to be better today. We have to learn how to be Christ-like every day. So I'm finding the time to sit and gaze with my God, and learn a lot more about myself, some of it good and bad. And some of it makes me understand how much God loves me too. So have you found time during this COVID to sit and gaze at the one you love? Is God the one you love? Do you love God? Do you spend time with those you love? And if the Lord asks you to sit and be still and just be with him, will you say yes? Would you be still for a little while and say yes to God? Because every yes can be life-changing. I hope you choose to say yes. God bless.